Pastor Mack Patrick, and I serve as campus pastor here at Grace Place Campus Ministry at Northern Illinois University. Something that is central to our community is the fact that we are built out of tragedy. This altar that you see in front of us is built out of the 6 crosses that stood on the front lawn here at the Lutheran Campus Ministry Center back in 2008. When the spring semester started in 2008, Lutheran Campus Ministry and Canterbury House shared the space we are currently in. They ministered to students through weekly meals, Bible studies, and worship. Things were going well and everything seemed normal. On February 14th, 2008, the building on the corner of Normal and Lucinda became a true sanctuary for those who were beginning to process the events of that day. In the moments and days after the tragic shooting that claimed 6 lives, 5 NIU students, plus the shooter, Lutheran Campus Ministry erected 6 crosses on the front lawn of the ministry center. Students and community members flocked to these crosses as they sat in the snow as beacons of hope. The crosses were adorned with red and purple cloths, red to represent the blood that was shed, and purple to remember the season of Lent, the long waiting of the promised resurrection. The Campus Ministry Center stayed open 24/7 as students found solace with a kind ear and a warm environment that allowed folks to process and grieve as they best could. The 6th cross that stood on the lawn was controversial. Many questioned why a 6th cross was placed when there were 5 victims. Pastor Diane, the campus pastor at Lutheran Campus Ministry during this time, reflected on the 6 crosses by saying, 6 identical crosses stood against blustering winds for 6 children of God, all victims. All 6 children left behind hurting, confused, frightened families. 6 crosses bore witness to the world that God loves all. God is hope for all. God's mercy and compassion are for all. In Pastor Diane's Why 6? Wisdom Whispers in Tragedy, a poem was laid out describing the 6 crosses and the meaning behind them. 6 crosses. 6 crosses draped in the color of Lent, royal purple. 6 crosses draped in the color of glory, red. Red, a school color. Red, a holy color. Remnants of Christ's blood shed on the cross. Red, Christ's blood now mingled with the blood of 6. 6 crosses, a guiding place on campus. 6 cross corner. Crosses guiding to places, prayer, hearts, hope. 6 crosses. 6, not 5. 6 children. 6 children of God, all loved by God. No distinctions, simply acknowledgement. 6. 6 crosses. 6, not 5. 6 hurting families. 6 families crying out for mercy. No distinctions, simply painful fact. 6. 6 crosses, offering hope to world family, facing east toward rising sun, standing firm in winter storms, directing hearts to God whose back is never turned, whose love is always flowing, whose mercy is upon us all. These crosses were beacons of hope. Words and warm messages were scribbled on these crosses as they bore witness to the hope of the resurrection. Even as the 6th cross was burned and a new one was placed, these crosses stood tall and provided a place of peace. These crosses represented peace, hope, mercy, grace, forgiveness, and renewed joy. In the months following the tragedy, as students packed their bags to head home at the end of the semester, the crosses that stood outside were brought into the chapel space, unceremoniously leaned against a wall. It was through dreaming that these crosses were transformed, just as the NIU community was transformed that day. These crosses that once stood side by side are now connected forever into the altar. This altar serves as a point of remembrance for the 6 lives lost that day back in 2008. The altar serves as a point of promise, of hope, and of moving forward.